to another episode of Inside Dash. As you see, I got my new microphone. This is the SE Electronics V7. And after watching a bunch of YouTube reviews on microphones and stuff by people who know way more than me, I decided on this handheld dynamic microphone. I think it's dynamic. I don't know the difference between dynamic or condenser. I know it's not a condenser, so it must be dynamic. But I listened to it, to these reviews with my my high-end headphones here, my AAT, I need to get the boom arm thing. This thing is just some ratty old. But this way I can see, it says this microphone is okay with handling noise, so having it rattle around maybe is a good test. But eventually, everything's going to be like a podcast setup here. All right. This is Inside Dash. I didn't film one last week because just too busy. And it was, still it was like New Year's and stuff like that. So I wanted to make good money. I didn't have time to sit here on a Friday night and record one of these. It is not Friday. It is Saturday afternoon. It is 4:30 p.m. I did not work DoorDash today because, newsflash, if you could tell by my last video, I got accepted on Uber. What do you know? Your boy's an Uber driver now. I'm officially what I hated. I'm a multi-apper. No, I never hated multi-appers. I never signed up for Uber Eats. And, I don't know, but recently I've been thinking, like, DoorDash is slow. And I've gotten contract violations for things that were not my fault. And eventually I thought, one of these contract violations is going to come in and I'm going to get deactivated for some bullshit. And then I can't make any money. So I wanted to have, as you know, I've been on the waiting list for Instacart. And by the way, side note, I was livid the other day. I was doing a shop and deliver for DoorDash. I was at this Walgreens on Sunset Drive and 117th. And I'm sitting there. It's an easy shop and deliver. It's like vitamins and some like pain reliever, right? It was like 3 things. So I'm there looking for like the medicine and whatever. And I see another dude checking his phone and he's shopping for a customer too. And I'm like, I turn to him and I go, "Hey man, you're doing DoorDash too?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm doing Instacart." And I'm like, "Oh dude, like, how long have you been doing Instacart, man? I'm on the waiting list." And he's like, "Oh, I signed up in December." And I'm like, "And you got in?" And he's like, "Yeah, it took like a day." I was like, "What? What do you mean? What did you do?" He's like, "I just signed up, and by the next day, they approved me." I'm like, "Are you sure, dude? I've been on the waiting list for Instacart for like 2-3 months. How do you do it?" And he's like, "I don't know. So I don't know what." I even tried calling. I tried setting up a new account in a different area code because I'm like, okay, I signed up for the area code that I live in, which is a South Miami area code that encompasses a lot of wealthy neighborhoods, right? So I thought maybe if I sign up in a less desirable area, Because it doesn't really matter where you start your Instacart, right? You can get orders in any zone, or I don't know how it works, but whatever. But it was just so frustrating to hear the guy say that he got approved like right away, and I've been waiting for 2 months. So I'm on the waiting list of that. I'm on the waiting list of Grubhub, Amazon Flex, Walmart Spark, all these apps. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's try Uber Eats, right? Because the reason that I never got on Uber Eats was back when I signed up, you had to have the same specifications for Uber Rideshare, driving around people in a car, which you need 4 doors for. But so I downloaded the Uber driver app. I uploaded all my documents and I got approved with my Kia Forte Coupe. And I guess they lifted the restrictions, or they needed drivers. And it makes sense because, like, honestly, out of all the majority of the ride shares that I've done in the past 2 or 3 days have been single riders. So, and most people don't have a problem riding in the front. So, anyways, so I'm doing Uber now, but this is Inside Dash still, and I have some screen grabs we're going to go over. I'm not doing the green screen, as you can tell, so I'm just going to go like, move the little, or I don't know what side I'm going to put it on, but it's just taking too long to export those green screen files on Adobe Premiere. And although my MacBook Pro is pretty good, I think just using all those key color key correction things just took forever. I was like exporting a video for like a day and a half. It's like, no way, I can't do that. So, and anyways, the value of like, oh, you could see my fingers. Like, I wasn't even using it in the right way. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to use the green screen eventually for other projects. Like, even when I start my podcast, I might have the green screen there for purposes of like showing videos that we talk about or something. Or I might do other green screen videos that are shorter and like utilize the green screen more effective than looking at a screen grab and like, oh, can you see how much I made here? Like, and then you don't know where the hell you're pointing, whatever. Anyways, so let's start off this Inside Dash with my new segment, Art of the Drop. Let's cue the art critic theme music. All right, as we can see here, let me see. You know what? I'm going to chill here, bro. Might as well. You know what? I think I might even take this thing off there. I think I could just hold the mic handheld. It's got the shock mount. I bought this shock mount and this pop filter thingy here to help with the Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. The plosives, as the audio people call them. I hate that I have everything so fucking messy here, man. I can't wait to just set all this whole studio up. As you can see, I have my little soundproof panels here. I'm probably going to cover the entire room with these and try to kind of like mimic the audio treatment of one of those anechoic chambers. I talked about it last time. Anyways, let's see. I'm just going to relax here like I would be, because I feel like when you record videos, people are uncomfortable. I'm just going to chill here like I would any other, even if I have to crop the frame. I don't know. Should I move it up? Oh, let's see. Oh, your boy's got a remote, baby. Yeah. Is that good? I think it's not fucking centered right. Let's move the fucking thing down. 1 second. I hope I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. All right, I think that looks good. I mean, I'm going to get better lighting, all this stuff. These video lights I have kind of suck, and they don't have soft boxes because it's kind of harsh lighting. All right. Let's see what we have here. Art of the drop. I'm moving this thing around. Just keep it in place. First picture on Art of the Drop. All right. Looks like it was a McDonald's delivery. Weird little facade. It's funny. It's like you spend enough time away from these deliveries and you forget. I forgot where the hell this house was. Oh, this was the Five Guys that I dropped off in Coco Plum area. By the way, there's going to be no addresses. I've used this little radial blur to blur out addresses and apartment numbers, so nobody's getting doxxed here. If you see your house or your apartment door, no one has any clue where you live or what your name is. I'm going to blur everything out. This is just an exercise in photography criticism, fine art photography, the art of the drop. As you can see, this was still during Christmas time. All right. Look at these shady apartments. What is that, a Bolay order? I remember this. Apartments by Dadeland. My biggest pet peeve in food delivery during the holidays. Everybody's goddamn doors have these wreaths on them. Wreaths. I can't say that word. Wreaths on them. And sometimes they cover the fucking number of the apartment. Pain in the ass. It didn't here, as you could tell, but whatever. Oh, this was a Chili's. By the way, most of these were earn by times. I've been testing out the earn by time. If you haven't seen my earn by time videos, click on the link up of here. What do you guys think about this? This guy, other pet peeve. People say leave at door, and then they live in this really horrible, shady ass area where it's like cement. There's like ants on the floor, and I'm like, I'm gonna leave this food here, and then by the time the guy, and it's like, do not ring doorbell, right? Because this was like, something like 12 o'clock at night or something, 1 a.m, and I don't want to get blamed or get bad ratings for, having ants in your food. When you said leave it at the door, I left it at the door and not to knock. So I don't know how long it's going to be sitting out there. So I put it on top of this little trash bin he had in front of his door. What do you guys think about that? Is that kind of weird to leave food on a trash bin? KFC, I remember this. Here's a little I think I talked about this in the last insight. I got the customer's leg in there. There it is again. That's when it says leave at door, and then when you get to the door, the customer opens the door, and it's been my experience, you always take a picture. Always. Oh, Casa Cuba. Little Caesars. It's just interesting to see all the different places people live, right? Apartment. See, look at this, apartment complex. Look at that floor. Is that appetizing to you, to eating fast food that's been sitting on that dirty floor, for God knows how long? Another one. This is the side of a house. This is an efficiency. It's like if you have special instructions like don't leave it at the front door because I live in an efficiency towards the back, how about throw me a few bucks? Because most people aren't going to even fucking read those directions. All right, this was the sweet green I did, and it was delivering to a plastic surgery office. So I left it there. Snap the picture. Southwest Miami High School. I did not go inside the high school. I just handed it to the security guy out front. So check out my video on the Mad Dash on should we be delivering to schools? I think we shouldn't, with all the school shootings and shit going on in the world. I don't want to go inside of a fucking elementary school. Some fucking weird ass kid is going to fucking gun me down. It's not the 90s anymore, people. Well, I guess the 90s when that shit happened, right? Columbine. This was, man, I get a lot of deliveries for Baptist Hospital. And I believe this is the main entrance to Baptist. Even if they come to your car, a nurse or a patient or whatever, always take a picture, man. Just be like, boom. This is so Miami. Look, I think that's San Lázaro. You see that little white statue next to the door? That's like a Cuban, I don't know, some kind of saint. You could see the McDonald's bag is on the bench right there to the right of the picture. San Lázaro, he's got crutches on. It's this, I don't know. I don't even know the backstory of it, but whatever. Cuban Santeros worship San Lázaro. Here's a pizza delivery that I was just like, all right, fuck it. Because, here's the thing. Why I don't like leaving shit on the floor. Not only am I going to get blamed on it, it just feels bad. It feels like I'm not providing good service. But whatever. This was a Papa John's, and I had the feeling it was a no-tipper. So I was like, you know what? Leave that door. I'm going to leave it right on your fucking mat. Anyways, this guy didn't even have the decency to turn on his porch light. Look how dark it is. And this was a nice old retro house by where I live. Taco Bell late night. Been doing a lot of late night Taco Bells. Oh, this was I blurred out the address. This was the Mad Dash. Check out the Mad Dash where I take the long way home, where I did that Wild Fork delivery right in front of this well-off couple that has this beautiful, look at that. Just, you could tell that's a nice house. Just by that. That's what I love about Art of the Drop pictures. It's like you could tell where the money is, Lebowski. That is a beautiful, modern house in the middle of Key Biscayne, a wealthy area of Miami. And that Wild Fork order, well, I don't know. I forgot. What was it? Almost like $200 worth of stuff. And the wife saw me leave it there. I waited there for him. Well, watch the Mad Dash. I explained the whole thing. I wasn't even that pissed because whatever. Shake Shack. Trying to get like cool pictures of like people's holiday lights. Look at this ghetto ass place. Another like back alley apartment where it's dark. Anytime you see like a shadow on a door or something, those are probably my headlights because I leave my car running to shed some light of where the hell I'm going, man. Fucking gonna trip. Oh, this was one of the late night runs, and the earn by time thing has made me deliver in areas I normally wouldn't. So I did some late night Wynwood and Coral Gables, Little Havana deliveries. Oh, This was an Earn by Time Papa John's. The lady's Christmas decorations on the door. They're not covering the address, but I had a few of those this month. And those wreaths are still on people's doors. It's like Christmas trees. They don't take them off until like freaking June. Anyways, this was a no tipper. I was kind of upset. Let's see what this is. Is this a liquor delivery? I don't know. Some of these pictures are boring. These shouldn't be. I should really edit these before select these. Curate. This is fancy. Here was that wreath was covering the freaking apartment door. It's like people are so inconsiderate to their drivers. It's a nice little house. Left it on the bench. Oh, this is part of my. Oh, this is side. I'm going to go back to that picture, okay? All right, these are kind of boring. McDonald's on the floor. This guy stiffed me, and his wreath was covering the goddamn door number. Another pizza on the floor. What was this? Oh, I thought that was a Little Caesars box there. I forgot what this is. See, I got to do Inside Dash every day, every week, because I forget all the places I go to. Taking pictures from the outside, from the window of your car. Like if you drop it off, I've been doing that for Earn by Time just to like rack up a little bit more base pay. Like I don't hit complete until I'm back in my car, and I'll just take the picture from my car door window. Whatever. 7 cents adds up. We'll go back to that. Another weird apartment where the wreaths. I've been doing this too. I've been delivering when they says take a picture at the door. I'll take a picture at the door, but then I'll text it to the customer like, "Boop, here you go. I left it by your door." And then when I leave, this is an apartment complex. When I leave the apartment complex, right when I'm about to get into my car, that's where I take the picture. Because, hey, you know what? Fuck it. DoorDash, pay me for the fucking 2 minutes it takes me to take the elevator from the guy's 5th floor apartment to my car. That should be part of the delivery too. Fuck it. Hey, for years they nickel and dimed us. They've decreased the base pay from $3 to $2.50. Now it's sometimes people have been commenting on my videos that it's like $2.25 in their area. Like not a stacked order. Like what? You nickel and diming us a quarter on base pay? Well, then I'm going to use this Earn by Time feature and nickel and dime you 18 cents to take an elevator down. Because the other thing is, how many times have I been stiffed when I complete an order in an apartment complex, get on the elevator, and then I can't accept the next order they're sending me because of the, there's no, connection. There's no fucking signal. There's no 5G or whatever. It's so annoying. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope I'm not getting sick. Yeah. So I'm not going to upload the picture until I'm safely back in my car. And look at this. This guy's got kids. Oh, I didn't blur out the goddamn address. Or he had 2 addresses. Oh, well. I'll do that in post, as they say in the biz. guy's got kids, got a real Razor scooter there. I don't know why I love these pictures so much. There's something haunting about them. Like, look at them. Look at this. This was a big order from Latin Cafe. She had like milkshakes, a pizza, and a bunch of like Cuban food. And oh man, I remember this. This is another thing that pisses me off about when you deliver in at night and there was a kid or a man, a grown man outside just chilling by his car, and this delivery was for a woman. I was at the right house, but like, and it reeked of marijuana. And I'm like, dude, what if this guy's strapped and he like sees this guy in a like I think this is around Christmas time and I'm in a dark jacket. Like, what if he's strapped and he's high, he's paranoid, and I get shot? Fuck. Oh man, I'm ruining my thing. Fuck, man. Why did I leave these in here? This is supposed to be a new segment. All right, let's do this new segment. Look at Snoopy. Let's go over this. This is kind of boring. Let's see. Oh, this one pissed me off. This one took forever. And I had to walk, and look how these iPhone cameras are amazing, even within the DoorDash app. This was pitch black. That 14 right there, I could not see that to save my life in actuality. I've delivered to this person before several times. She always orders McDonald's and she always tips heavily. I think this was like, dude, she like tips $5 on McDonald's orders. God bless this woman. This woman always, that's why I always accept offers from McDonald's on 87th and Coral Way. The people in that area that order from that McDonald's, for the most part, give tips. And if you're on earn by time, boy, you can milk that, man, because you're going to wait in the drive-thru. So like, here's the other thing about earn by time and why I've been doing it off and on in late nights. If you're signed in as regular, like I signed in regular, right? Let's suppose it's 10:30 at night, 10:30 p.m. And you're barely getting any orders. Like, you're going to get this McDonald's, and it's going to be a $2.50 base pay McDonald's. And this chick tips $5, right? So that's going to be a $7.50 McDonald's. Now, this is going to be one of maybe like 3 orders that I'm going to get from the hours of 10:30 and 12:30. Like, we're not getting back-to-back orders, especially like on days like Tuesday, Wednesday nights. So it's like, why not? And there might be drive-through lines and waits. Why not turn this $7.50 McDonald's with a generous tipping customer into like a $10.50 McDonald's now? Because you could totally take 25 to 30 minutes in the drive-thru. Even that the lady lives close by, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just signed in and earn by time and just racking up that base pay. You're being paid every minute for your inconvenience. It's just a no-brainer, man. And I'm going to give another example here. Homewood Suites Airport. This is Miami Beach. Been going to Miami Beach mainly for Uber now because that's where it's hidden. This is an old ass apartment. These are boring. Let's speed through these. This was a guy who walked out and I handed it to him. But then I'm like, this was New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. I said, let's take a picture of his house from my car window just to make sure. I like that. I like the pictures I take from my car window. God, man. It's just like I'm trying to think of like, do I even remember this? Oh, I do. Okay, this is by Miller. This is by my old house. I thought this was cool. I sometimes leave the pizza bag in the frame, to show the customer I took the time to put your order in a hot, cold pizza bag, right? This was a taco food truck delivering to Papa John's. A lady who worked there, but took the picture because not taking any chances. All right, these are boring. Come on. This is New Year's Day. This is the AC Hotel by Dayland Mall. They changed their policy at this hotel. God bless them. They used to let me go in the elevator and drop it off by the room door. They don't let me do that anymore. I guess people are stealing food from hotel rooms too. It's like, I don't know, there's a word for it, like food pirates or something. I don't know. I was watching some YouTube video where... All right, that's this was the, check out the video I did where I delivered the little eatery food truck. I had it wasn't a mad dash, but it was a nice video. Check that video out. I think that was New Year's Day video. Yeah, check that video out. That was a funny video. Delivered that. Look at all these places I go to, people. Look at this lady. This lady never tips. She had a CVS shop and deliver. I got stiffed on this one. It was still a $7.50 or $7.75 order, so I did it anyways. It was like an energy drink and like some chips, like whatever. These people are just stoners, I think, and they just order randomly. All right, McDonald's order. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Would you have set that McDonald's order on that trash bin? Because I was almost going to. Because I don't like, this is another thing, I don't like opening this gate to drop it by your door. Like, if there's a little patio area that you have a gate, if you want the driver to fucking go in there, leave the door open, man. I'm not fucking opening the door. Another thing, it's like another thing of like, you can get confused by some guy trying to break in a house. Who's opening my gate? I don't like people opening my gate to my house. And what if the father of whoever ordered this McDonald's doesn't know that somebody ordered food in that house? And now he's like, holy shit, somebody's opening the gate. It's 1:30 in the morning. Who could that be? He grabs his gun. He goes outside. He sees a guy in a fucking hoodie and a hat. You're liable to get shot, man. Fuck that. All right. This guy was, I took a picture from the outside window of my car. This guy was big chatty Cathy texting me all these details. He was like, I almost made a joke. He was like, you're going to, he texted, I'm at the McDonald's. This was a McDonald's late night, earned by time. So I didn't care. I'm like, go ahead, text me all the fucking complicated directions you want. That's the one thing about earned by time. It's like things that used to piss me off because they were like, you know, elongating my delivery time. Now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's late night. How many more orders am I going to do? Take your fucking time. Go ahead. Tell me what I need. What do I need? Oh, you need a valid Florida driver's license. And I said, oh, okay. Like, is this like a workplace, a federal building, or is this an apartment? And I'm handing it to a security. He's like, oh, it's a virtual security guard. They're doing this now here in Miami. You have to slide your license in this little slot. You press a button. This camera shines a light on you, and you're like, you have to wait. It dials like a virtual. There's not a little guy in a little hut. I mean, there is still a little hut there, but it's empty. So I guess they're like, I don't know how I feel about that. What's the point of having a security if it's going to be through a fucking Zoom meeting? Like, so you're telling me there's a security guard in an office connected to a computer who's looking at a video feed and then sees your license, and he's doing his job from an office not on the property? How is that security? I get the whole little system and whatever system they sold this fucking apartment complex, the virtual security guard. I don't know how much that's saving you. It's like you still got to hire a guy to sit there and look in front of a computer screen. Why not hire that guy and sit there right there in that little security gate and look at the computer screen from there? What are you saving? Well, whatever. I did it. It took a while, and I kept texting the guy back, and I'm like, it's still not responding. It's still not responding. This was like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or something, or Christmas. I forgot what day this was. But anyways, the guy's like, you're going to need a Florida driver's license. It's like, it took forever. And I'm like, I was almost going to text this guy. I'm like, hey, when my DNA tests come back, let me know, and I'll deliver the McDonald's to you. I don't understand. This is just like some average run-of-the-mill apartment complex in Kendall. Like, are they keeping the fucking nuclear football code there? I mean, what's with all the security? No one's breaking in this place to steal your fucking PS4. What do you have in there? Little Caesars. This is a nice little facade, huh? I like red doors. Little Caesars. Out the window. Tesla owner. I think I got stiffed on that one. CVS Shop and Deliver. I left it hanging on the guy's Ring camera. The Ring wasn't installed, but I just left it there. Figured, you can open the door and grab it. Another Papa John's. Leave at people. If you order pizza on the regular, get a little stool, just like a little step stool or something, or a little table. Leave it out there just for deliveries. Why would you risk your fucking papadilla having some ants in it by the time you get it? Another leave at door. Here I actually opened the gate a little bit because I figured maybe it would rain, and I'm like, I opened it a little bit and it was open. All right, these are boring. Thesis Hotel. McDonald's. How many? This was check out the video I did explaining the base pay. I felt super bad for this guy, man. I blurred out the address. This guy ordered Shake Shack, and he texted me afterwards that he was missing like a burger and some fries and shit. And I'm like, fuck. This was my most recent Mad Dash. Check it out. I think I'm out of links. All right, I'm done with this. All right, that's been Art of the Drop. But now, there's a special little segment I'd like to... This segment is called... We saw a few of these. I'm calling this segment Gotcha. Now these are all right. All right, I'm calling this segment Gotcha. Cue the Kanye West. Gotcha. This will never happen again. If you think you're going to set the leave at my door, come grab it from my hands, and then tell DoorDash that you didn't receive your order, gotcha. Gotcha. You're walking back to your apartment. I can't wait for one of these gotchas to hit. Gotcha. Yeah, I blurred their faces there. This was a delivery to a hotel, and the ladies were sitting there waiting for the McDonald's in the lobby. They're waving me on. It was a leave at door order. I handed it to the lovely ladies, and I'm walking on the way back. I'm like, you know what? You can never be too careful, right? Snap. Oh, we never got our McDonald's. Oh, really? Who are those two women digging into the bags as we speak? Geotagged picture. Oh, look, it looks like the hotel lobby that I delivered it to. Thank you. Yay. There's another one in Homestead. I do this in Homestead a lot too. People come up to the door, especially these 0 tip orders. All right, next segment of Art of the Drop. Let's look at the fine intricacies and artwork associated with pizza bag verification photos. That's right. For those who don't do DoorDash, when you get a pizza delivery in DoorDash, if you're in the pizza program, DoorDash makes us take a picture of our pizza bags to make sure that we're equipped to deliver your pizzas hot and fresh. This was on, I believe, New Year's or Christmas Day or something. Yeah, I think this was Christmas Day. Man, I haven't forgot about this, man. This was 22 pizzas from this was Noche Buena. This was 22 pizzas from Little Caesars. It was like $98 or 100. I don't know. It was a lot of money. And it was delivering to Havana Harry's. I'm going to air them out. Fuck it, because they stiffed me. It was earned by time. Thank God, because it would have been nothing. And it took me like a half hour to deliver it, which kind of sucks. A little bit, like 35 minutes. Total payout was like $6 or something miserable like that. But like, bro, this was 6 bags, 6 DoorDash pizza bags. I don't even know another Dasher who has that many pizza bags. Comment below, how many pizza bags do you have? I was equipped to put 24 pizzas or whatever this was, 22 pizzas, in all of them in bags. I park outside of Havana Harry's. I deliver it, hand it to the staff. I even called the guy whose name it was on the order, and I said, hey, I'm here. He was like, take it to the back, blah, blah, blah. I'll send some waiters out there. Handling mountains of pizzas to these people, and then at the end of the thing, 0 tip. I thought maybe the guy was gonna come out. It's a restaurant. How can you get stiffed at a restaurant where people are handling cash all the time? I thought the guy was gonna come out and hand me like a 20 spot. That would have been nice. Papa John's on Coral Way. Oh no, this I don't know. Might be. No, this is the one on Bird and Ludlam. Papa John's bag in my car seat. Papa John's bag in Homestead. Ah, all right. I'll end on this one for this segment. This is my Pulitzer. This is the best pizza verification picture I can think of. It's got the Papa John's logo. It's taken outside. You can see me on the side holding up the pizza bag. As far as verification pizza bag orders, pizza bag pictures go, this one deserves the Pulitzer Prize. On top of the car. All right. Oh, look. Marino. Anthony's Cold Fire Pizza has like signed autograph pictures of football players and stuff. Dan Marino version. All right. That was Art of the Drop. Let's go over some of my DoorDash earned by time screen grabs. Let's see. I'm kind of over the earn by time thing, guys, mainly because I am now going to focus on Uber, learning how to Uber, and I'll talk about that when we go over our Uber screen grabs. All right, what do we have here? Let's see. What do we have here? What was this? Yes. Check this out. So I'm not on earn by time. This was, like Monday or Tuesday night. I was doing late night. Earn by time is pretty good at late night. You know, the few orders you get, you could drag out and make some pretty decent base pay. And then you take a risk, 0 tip or tip. When it's a tip, the orders are like unlike any orders that you would do at that time. If you get a 0 tip, well, you just did an average mediocre order, you know? So I see that the Taco, I'm not signed in as earned by time, and I drive by the Taco Bell on Coral Way and 87th Avenue, and the line is going into Coral Way. Like, it's huge line. There's a $2 peak. There's a $2 peak. So I'm like, all right, cool. I don't want to do anything on that Taco Bell, so like I'm trying to get the hell out of there, right? But wouldn't you know it, I get a Taco Bell order, and it's that Taco Bell. And it's $4.50. I'm like, what? How could this be a $4.50? There's a $2 peak. So right off the bat, 0 tip. And I look at the map. The guy lives north of, see that State Road 41, whatever? That's 8th Street. The guy lives north of 8th Street. Now, what did I do? I declined it. And I said, you know what? I'm ending my dash. I went over there to the park, I ended my dash. I drove over to the gas station across the street, put like $10 in my car to finish the night. And I said, you know what? That $4.50 Taco Bell is going to get declined by everybody or unassigned once people see how long that drive-through line is. So you know what I did? I signed back in as earned by time. And I thought, I'm going to get a Taco Bell order. And I'm just going to, by the way, it was, look at the deliver at 12:49 a.m. It was like 12 at night. How many orders am I going to get? How long is that $2 peak pay going to last? An hour? More? You might get a $2 peak, 1 or 2 orders by the time it's over. So I said, fuck it. Let's do earn by time. If we get a Taco Bell order, I'll just wait it out. Sure as shit, they send me, look at this miserable order. It was the same damn order. It was 0 tip. I waited 39 minutes to deliver it. Same address. So now, a $4.50 order during a $2 peak time turned into a $7.28. And I could have probably waited longer, to be honest with you. I just waited the drive-through and I had on my delivery as normal. I think I did it earlier than they asked for. So that just goes to show that, and I'm already over earn by time, but it's like, I just wanted to show you guys, if you think earn by time is a scam and it sucks, there are instances where you can take advantage of it. Because clearly, a $7.28 Taco Bell order at almost 12:30, 1 in the morning, went from a $4.50 with your little, oh, there's a $2 peak. Let's go take advantage of it. I'm sure you could have just declined. How many more orders are you going to do, though? How many more orders? I wasn't getting slammed with orders, guys. Turned into a $7.28 Taco Bell. Same goddamn customer, same delivery, same everything. So you just got to know when to activate it and when not to. Sometimes it's not worth doing earn by time. Let's go over some of these Screengrabs. All right, earn by time. Base pay, $4.70 with a $4 tip. What would this have been had it not been an earn by timer? $2.50 base pay? So a $6.50? And look, it's not like it took me forever. 25 minutes. It's like an average delivery at certain times. 19 minutes. Earned by time. $3.50 base pay. Sounds an awful lot like, a $1 peak, right? $2.50 base. If there's a $1 peak, it would have been $3.50. Now the customer tipped $8, so this would have been a good order regardless, right? But the base pay went up, and it was only 19 minutes. That's an average delivery time for me. What's this? This was 2 orders. Took me a little under an hour. Look at the base pay, $8.88 with the customer tip. Then I guess the second guy lived, or you know what? Why was the second order more? Oh, I remember this because I delivered the first one right away, who lived nearby, and then I had to drive a little bit longer for the tipping customer. See, this is an instance where the non-tipping customer got his food first, and the good tipping customer waited longer for his food. This might have been New Year's Eve, yeah. It's the one thing I don't like about this. Another thing I don't like about Earn by Time, it doesn't prioritize the customer's experience. 2 0 tippers. When was this? Oh, I think that, oh God, this is like giving me post-traumatic stress disorder. Those 2 Papa John's orders I talked about last week. Ugh. Or Anthony's Coal Fire, sorry. This was a great order, man. I was so stoked. Took 39 minutes, so the base pay was $7.32. And what a baller ass tip. $24.44. All right. This was this was a double order at she had a soup. I think this was the lady that I delivered to. That guy was waiting outside. Check out the breakdown here. This is what I explained in that other video. How if you get a stacked order, a double order, delivering to the same customer, look at the base pay. Thankfully, this customer put tips on both of his orders, as one should, because it's not guaranteed that the same dasher is going to deliver both of your, items. So, but check out that base pay, 7 cents, because I basically drove to the guy's house, took a picture, completed delivery, took another picture, completed delivery, and 7 cents was what I got paid hourly between the first picture and the second picture. That's so dumb. All right, here's a situation where earn by time fucking sucks. This was probably a McDonald's. Yep. McDonald's. Food was ready. Drive-through, no line. Guy lives 2 miles away. 11-minute delivery. I would have been better off with a $2.50 base pay, right? We're talking pennies here, but still. Sometimes when they know it's a cheap, simple McDonald's like this, they raise the base pay to $4.50. Instead, I was earned by time, so I did this for $2.18. What a shitty payout for a delivery, right? So, not good. And this is what I've been seeing. This is the map in my area in DoorDash at 9:48. Not exactly late, but not exactly a time of the day where, fuck, man, Kendall and University Park are grayed out. Thankfully, I'm on Uber now. I've become what I've hated. Miles, 5 point. All right, this is a delivery that took me an hour. I forgot what it was, but at least the customer tipped $6. Think about how pissed I would be if I waited an hour and this was a $2.50 base. Or let's be generous and say this was a $4.50 base. Still, like $10.50 compared to $17.65. Now, one could say, well, that's not great either. You made $17.65 in an hour. That's not exactly great, but it's better than getting stiffed. And look at the time, 12:12. How many deliveries do I got left in me? This was the lady I draw. I don't know why I screen grabbed this. Oh, just to I guess I screen grab it to illustrate how much she spent. All right, let's get into this. What the fuck is this, bro? Oh, okay, now I know why I screen grabbed it. Because this lady who ordered the $53, and this was the picture that when I talked about how there was a guy smoking weed outside and I felt uncomfortable delivering this. This lady actually tipped, right? She tipped. Did it take me an hour? No, this was a stacked order. They gave me this McDonald's delivery where the guy literally buys a hamburger for $2.99, and they gave me this order while I was waiting for that lady who just spent $53 at Latin restaurant They gave me this order, and when I clicked on picked up, it wanted me to deliver this guy's food first. And I said, you know what? Fuck that, dude. That's bad business, man. DoorDash, you need to think a little bit clearer. You have customers that are spending good money on sit-down restaurants, and they're tipping their driver, keeping us happy, keeping you happy. And you're going to make that customer's experience horrible? This McDonald's had a drive-through line. You're going to let... And she ordered milkshakes. Look at the lady's order. A shake and a Sprite. 2 shakes. The Sprite was in the bag. So you're going to let a lady who spent $53 plus and tipped me, I don't know how much, $6? You're going to let me sit in a McDonald's drive-thru to wait for some miserable fuck who ordered a cheeseburger while this lady's milkshakes are melting in my car? By the time she gets it, it's like some milky froth that's hot. That's bad business, DoorDash. This earned by time, they're trying to save up on these little quick pickups and everything, but don't do it at the cost of a good customer, because I got news for you, DoorDash. They could stop using your service. This was interesting. I was on Earn by Time, and I see Marley's Smoke Shop was a hotspot. This is a vape shop on Sunset and 107th Avenue. And I got a delivery from them, so I'm like, okay, let's see what this is about. It was an OPMS Kratom shot. And it says 21 plus age verification. I guess that's for me, because I asked the lady, first of all, what the fuck is a Kratom shot? I don't know what it is. I guess it's one of those packages for vape pens. She put it in a nice little bag for me and everything. And it was expensive. Let's see. It's a $22 item. I thought for sure this guy was not going to leave a tip. Because, this is just some stoner who's like, oh, I'm out of my fucking... It's like when people used to smoke those... What were those electronic cigarettes that were so popular for a while? Juuls. This guy ran out of Juul pods at, 8 at night. And counted on the DoorDash to deliver from the smoke shop to his house. But actually, the guy did tip. Check it out. $13.29. I'll do those all day. Base pay was... The guy lived far away. That's why it took 37 minutes. And I probably dragged my feet a little bit. Because it's like, yo, you're getting some vape pens, bro. You can... I'll deliver it exactly when DoorDash says I'll deliver it. How about that? That's another thing I want to talk about. Earn by time is misleading. Earn by time should be called better late than never. Or maybe it's not better because we're not late. If it says deliver by 8:42 and it's there at 8:42, it's on time. So better right on time than never? Is that what DoorDash is banking on to save some pennies off base pay? Honestly, man, they should just pay us per mile. Like they're all these complicated algorithms of how they're going to pay you and how long it takes you to do these deliveries and stacking things up. And it's like, dude, just pay us a fair wage for the mileage we're driving for you, bro. And then let us keep the tips and tell us there's a tip. This is the thing. I wouldn't drag my feet. If it says deliver by 8:42 and it's 8:30 and I'm like a block from the guy's house, what's to stop me from waiting for 12 minutes to make an extra fucking $2 or $1.50? Like, that's bad business too, because you're putting the control in the dasher to control how long the delivery takes, because it's controlling how much he's getting paid. And he's not late. You said deliver by 8:42. I'm delivering it by 8:42. And this is not food. This was a fucking vape pen. Anyways. All right, look, some average tips here. This is probably New Year's. Took me an hour, yeah. But it sucks that, well, both of them tipped $2-3, whatever. All right, here's a shitty earn by timer. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this one. This was a double order. This was probably 2 Little Caesars or a Wingstop. I forgot what this was. Oh, yeah, but look. So it's an earn by timer that they stiffed me with 2 orders, right? Both customers stiffed me. And it took me just a little under a half hour, so I got paid $5.20. All right. But see, it's like, at least, I mean, how many deliveries have I done that took me 30 minutes and only paid me the crappy base pay, Well, I guess those are the ones that I usually decline, right? $2 and $5 tips, 30-minute delivery. See, just like average, like, hey, I'm not mad at this. So an order that took me exactly a half hour paid me $12.62. If you're going by your little, like, how much do you make an hour? Well, I guess this is like $25 an hour. Assuming that right after I delivered this, I get another double order where the customer tips exactly $2 and $5, and it takes me exactly 30 minutes, which will happen 0 times. That's why I don't like analyzing food delivery or anything by hour. So there you go. The guy who this was probably the Little Caesars and Wingstop. The guy who tipped me 0 got his food first. And the reason I know that is because the base pay was $4.50. So all that wait time, and then you wanted me to deliver it to the non-tipping customer first. He gets his food. He's happy. Now the customer who tipped me $3 had to wait for no tipping customers' food to get there. And then I went to their house and only got paid $1.84 base pay because they lived close to customer number 1. Not fair. And once again, 34 minutes, a little over a half hour, $9.34. Not great. All right. This was the order. I think I mentioned this. Another drawback of earn by time. They have not figured out how to fairly pay you when orders go south. In this case, I get this Outback Steakhouse. The customer immediately texts me, my order was stolen. How do I report? I'm like, fuck. So I text her back, I was assigned to your order 2 minutes ago. I have not arrived at the Outback Steakhouse. No one has told me this order was stolen yet. Let me show up to the restaurant and investigate. Because it's like, you know what? What if DoorDash called the Outback and said, hey, remake this customer's food, and it's sitting there? So I drove all the way to the Outback. Here's the text message that I got. Maria's order is ready for pickup. And then, unfortunately, Maria's order got canceled. And I don't think I saved it. Oh, no. Okay. It says, since you weren't assigned for long, you will not be paid for the order. Fucking bullshit. I didn't wait for long. I drove my car to the Outback Steakhouse. Let's suppose this lady tipped $5 and the base pay was, let's suppose this was a $10 order. If I wasn't earned by time, as soon as I hit arrived at store, whatever goes wrong, I get half guaranteed pay. So I accepted it at 10. I'm going to get at least $5 for this order. But in earned by time, they haven't mapped it out yet. And you're like, fuck you. You get paid $0, even though you may. And I bet you I can call DoorDash and get them to whatever. I made the effort to drive to the store using my gas, using my time. I tried to verify for the customer if they would remake her order, but they canceled it. She called, I guess, in the middle of all that, and I got stiffed. All right, customer tip, $2.40. What was this? Don't remember, don't care. Just an average earned by time. Hey, not 26-minute delivery. $4.94 base pay. Sounds a lot better than $2.50 to me, you know? And if you look at, I haven't checked out his most recent videos because I've been focusing on Uber, but Mr. Bet on You, Pedro Santiago, Mr. No Tip, No Trip, has been doing earned by time in his area. I think he's in St. Louis, and he's seeing some good results with it as well. And I think he's had to eat a little crow, but whatever. I like Pedro. I agree with most of the things he talks about on his channel. And I'm glad it's working out for him. But now I think he's going to realize pretty soon, because I have, doing this for already 2 weeks. I feel like I'm ahead of all the other Dashers who are now experimenting with this, because as soon as this was available, I jumped on it. Just to see what it was about. You know, what am I going to do? Like, not do it? There might be a honeymoon period, guys. Like, I definitely saw the best orders come in the first week. The second week, I started seeing some stifferoonies. So, think of earned by time, if you're a DoorDasher, as another tool in your little belt, on your little belt. You know, your little bat belt. What is it? What is the belt that Batman has? With all the little gadgets? It's like, hey, if you're signed in regular and it's peak pay and it's not hitting, or you're not getting orders, or it's the last delivery of your night, let's suppose it's 1 a.m, and you're like, man, I'm going to do one more delivery. Or I'm going to just end my night, maybe do a couple more deliveries. Sign off and sign in as earned by time. That way, you know what? Maybe they'll send you a delivery that goes a little bit further. Or the restaurant, the drive-through takes a little bit longer. But you're like, fuck it. I'm being paid by time here, so let's do it. That's my advice, man. Before I start now, we're going to jump into the Uber thing soon. But before I started Ubering this week, my earn by time strategy was, I was starting to get good at it. I was starting to like, okay, nothing's hitting earn by time, log out. Now, again, I'm also top dasher, so that affects things, because I know I can activate dash now anywhere I am. So if you're not top dasher, you know, it might be harder for you to jump from earn by time and earn by regular by order. So, but not for me. So it's another tool on your belt to like whip it out when you think it's going to be more beneficial. This was the chicken kitchen I did on we already linked it. Shitty chicken kitchen, 0 tip. See, this sucks, man. 45 minutes, 8:30. Sucks. That was the... Oh, okay. Here. let's end this fucking earn by time screen grab. This video is getting really long. Anyways, this is like my little podcast section. So this lady texts me as soon as I accept this crappy, I think it was McDonald's. And I was not on earn by time. This is when I started switching between earn by time and regular. I was in regular, and I hate when customers tip you before you get to the fucking restaurant. It was a zero tipper because I think there was a $2 peak, and this was like another $4.50 delivery. Make sure they put all the package of mustard ketchup. And I'm like, good luck. I said Happy New Year back to her. I put a little emoji of a little celebration. And I unassigned from this order. Sorry. All right. Let's talk about. This was a shop and deliver at CVS. I forgot to blur out the fucking customer's name up there. Do that, Mario. Whatever. I'm shopping for some Tic Tacs and some Takis, people. Tic Tacs and Takis. It cost the customer $4.58. And by the way, this is a zero tip shop and deliver. And it's not earned by time. I've never done a shop and deliver earned by time for obvious reasons. But, you know, they don't want to. I guess DoorDash knows that some Dashers take longer to shop than others. So, back to this. And, well, let's talk about. Let me find the other one. Look, I declined this one. See, it's like, dude, earned by time. I'm like, I would have done this earned by time, but I wasn't logged in earned by time. And I'm like, fuck. I'm not driving 10 miles for $11. And look, it's in Brickell. Now I probably would because I'm doing Uber and I'm like, fuck it. I'm in Brickell. I probably pick up an Uber ride. But haven't been really multi-apping. I did try multi-apping one time where I had a shop and deliver for DoorDash. I was paused on Uber, and it said deliver by 1:50 a.m., and it was like 1:20. So I'm like, fuck it, let's turn on Uber and see if we get like a delivery. And I got a McDonald's delivery. But the stress of having two apps open at the same time and doing that, I mean, I did everything fine. Nothing was late, but I don't know if it's worth it. Okay, here it is. We're going to end off our earn by time on this little rant here. So, deliver by 2:48 a.m. Look at this order. McDonald's, Coke Zero. 1 Coke Zero. The customer spent $2.79 ordering from your application to get a Coke Zero delivered to his apartment. This was New Year's Eve. Or no, New Year's? Yeah, this was New Year's Eve. Every zone was super busy. I was in earned by time, so I'm like, fuck it. And this was the bad McDonald's, the one in South Miami. So I'm like, cool. I don't give a fuck what this is. I'll wait in this drive-through an hour. This is probably one of the last deliveries of the night. Right? Look, it's like almost 3 a.m, right? I'm like, sure. No skin off my back. I'll wait an hour for your fucking Coke Zero to be ready and deliver it to your door. This was actually the McDonald's, since it was so slammed, was letting Dashers in. So I didn't actually wait that long in the drive-thru line. But here's the drop off. That bag literally has a Coke Zero fountain drink in it. These are the apartments by Dadeland. The customer tipped me $1. Oh, thank you for tipping me $1 off your $2.65 drink. Ultimately, this was not worth it, but since it was probably my last delivery of the night, I went home with an extra $8.67 because it took me 41 minutes to deliver a soda. Here it is, Coke Zero, a large Coke Zero. Pick up by 2:33. And I delivered it. Oh, no, this is a different. Is it the same one? Oh, I got the order at 1:56 a.m. That's why I screen grabbed this. See down there? 1:56 a.m. Says pick up by 2:33 a.m. So these are DoorDash's numbers and times here, not mine, right? This is probably, I screenshotted this while I was at the drive-thru, and they told me, oh, you could just come in and get it. I delivered it at, 2:38. So I delivered it 5 minutes later, not because I was dragging my feet. That's just how long it took me. Speaking of Mr. Bet on You, when he does things like this, he talks about how shouldn't there be a minimum for using this service? Honestly, you're going to it doesn't even make sense as a business. If you have, I know we're not employees, but if you have a certain amount of delivery drivers on the road, and it's New Year's Eve, balls to the wall, people are ordering, there's not enough drivers, you're going to let somebody who's ordering a soda from McDonald's, it sounds like this guy needed to go to the fucking lobby and use the goddamn vending machine if he was in the mood for a Coke Zero. Or DoorDash, how about this is a failure on your part on both, on 2 points, because not only should he not be allowed to take a driver off the road for almost an hour where I could have been delivering to customers who are actually ordering real food and spending good money on your platform. This could have been a Dash Mart. Why aren't you, if this guy is in a mood for Coke Zero, why don't you promote a Dash Mart? How about if you see an order like this, like the guy wants a large Coke Zero, and it's depending on a McDonald's drive-thru on one of the busiest delivery nights of the year, how about a little message pop out on the DoorDash app that says, hey, we see that you're only ordering a soda. Would you like to try our service, Dash Mart? You'll receive your Coke Zero a lot faster because the driver isn't going to have to wait in a drive-thru, and you'll get your order probably a lot sooner than you would, and you could get like a 2-liter bottle of Coke Zero for fucking less than this guy paid. So, and just like that CVS, like Tic Tacs and Takis, you're going to take time and gas out of my tank, and a worker that is out and about, you're going to take that worker and derail him for such a little payout? I mean, DoorDash is probably losing money off these orders. I mean, you paid me. DoorDash, wake up. You paid me $7.67 to deliver a soda that didn't come from your inventory on Dash Mart, came from McDonald's, to deliver a fucking soda that cost this guy $2.75 or 79 cents. Doesn't sound like a smart business plan, man. And the guy lives in a nice apartment building. This could have been a Dash Mart order, or better yet, a 7-Eleven. Bro, I could have had a Coke Zero Big Gulp delivered to this guy's house in probably a third of the time that it took me to deliver him this McDonald's. People shouldn't be allowed to use this service and take a driver out of the road for such little convenience. But whatever. All right, that's my earn by time. All right, now let's finish off this Inside Dash. And I'm still going to call it Inside Dash, even though I'm probably going to start doing Uber a lot more these days, guys. Because I have been doing pretty well on Uber the last 2 days. If you didn't check out, I don't have any links, but check out my my first Uber rant. I'm calling them exuberants. It's my last video, whatever. I probably already linked to it. I signed up because I wanted Uber Eats as a hold on. I wanted to have Uber Eats as an option. Little did I know, I signed up for regular Uber, and my car got approved. And by the way, let's see. Let me go through these screen grabs too. Uber knows what car I'm driving. They approved me. I'm not doing anything wrong. So before all the trolls start trolling me, Kia Forte. And look, the picture of the car they're using is exactly the car I'm driving. They are aware. I've already done over 50 deliveries, and I did, okay, that first video, that I was just one Uber ride I gave. I still wasn't convinced I was going to do rideshare. But the next day I activated, and you know what? I don't mind rideshare. I think in the first day, in the first 2 days, I've already had like every experience that every Uber driver has had, good or bad. And I thought I wouldn't like it. And by the way, I cleaned my car. I have an air freshener. I'm setting up all the things to make it comfortable for people. There's no trash or DoorDash bags. I kind of like the idea of, preparing your car. I shaved. I'm dressing nicer. I'm wearing pants. For some reason, I don't like the idea of my Uber driver wearing shorts. Comment below if you agree with me. So I'm wearing pants more often. I'm going to start wearing pants more often. For food delivery, I feel like there's very little contact with the customer. They're not in your car. So, you're not really that worried about your appearance. Although you don't want to look like a slob. I always felt like I wear a collared shirt and everything. But, having pants and regular shoes on feels like the right thing to do. You want to be presentable. I wore my nice Seiko watch. You don't want to look like a schlub or some kind of, I'm already not in the best, the most modern car. Although, my car still looks very nice from the inside. The outside, maybe I need a paint job, but, and the AC works. Nothing's like broken. It's all very professional. So anyways, let's go over some of these Uber screen grabs. Let's go to the top. All right, food delivery. So I thought they were going to send me a lot more Uber Eats. I've been getting like 90% rideshare and like 10% Uber Eats. Like they'll throw me an Uber Eats order every now and again between rideshares. This is what the pictures look like on the Uber Eats app when you submit them. Here's the I'm still getting used to, and please, by any means, I am completely new to Uber. So any Uber drivers out there want to give me some tips or advice, I welcome it, because what I'm noticing is I don't like the map on Uber, and I don't know if it's because I'm used to the DoorDash map and the ability to zoom in and zoom out when I get an offer, so I can tell if it's a apartment complex or a house, or see what landmarks or what areas or zones it's close to, so I can kind of develop. I kind of take for granted that I do that, and that's a good DoorDash tip. Like, knowing where you're going to end up after a delivery is just as important as the pay, as the miles, as the time. Because, if you look at my DoorDash vlogs, I'm always constantly going like, okay, cool, this person lives here and here. So after I drop this off, I can do a Checkers, or I can do a Wendy's, or I got a fucking Wingstop right there, or there's a Denny's right there. Right? I know where I'm going to end up. This guy, I'm delivering to FIU, so I can do Night Owl, I can do Little Caesars, I can, I know I have like a running idea in my mind of what other restaurants I'm going to go to next. But with Uber, it's like I'm not used to the interface yet. So when I get one of these ride shares, it does show me the map and whatever, but it's like so fast, and I can't zoom in or out. Because it's like, if they just show you a point on the map on one end of your screen to the other end of your smartphone screen, then it's like there's no scale or reference. You have to like really know your area and like look at the address and be like, okay, this is dropping me off in the Gables, or this is by the airport, or this is in Brickell. Because otherwise it's just a point from one side of your phone to the other side of your phone. There's no, you have to zoom out to see in the large picture how far, where you're going to, and even if you look at the miles, like for example, the other day I was in Sunny Isles, and they wanted to throw me a high-paying Uber ride, but it said it was taking me 40. It was going to take me 43 minutes, and I'm like, okay, but I'm in Sunny Isles. 43 minutes could mean West Palm Beach, or 43 minutes could mean right back to where I started and where I live in Miami. That's a big difference. I do not want to be in West Palm Beach at 10 o'clock at night, because I don't know West Palm Beach, and who knows, I might be doing some West Palm Beach Uber rides. Man, there's a lot of rich people up there. Maybe high tipping ride shares. So I'm getting used to the map, and there are some other things that I watched a few videos already on YouTube on how to read the Uber app, and there are trip filters that I didn't know about that you can set, like, oh, you have 2 a day. You could set like an address for them to find rides going in that direction. I didn't know that. So, any tips are welcome. All right. So, this is a leave at door. This is an Uber Eats order. This is a Checkers leave at door. I'm like looking in here, and I'm like, even when you're in the middle of a delivery, there's no place to really look for, I don't know, the things that I'm accustomed to on the DoorDash app. Like, I can go in and see exactly where the guy lives, so I can plan out things after my drop off, or maybe just verify exactly what apartment he's in. Like, Uber, it's really hard for me to judge that. So I'm kind of riding blind. Here's the screen for the photo delivery page. I always write a little note there, guys, on DoorDash and now Uber Eats. By front door, unit 502. Sometimes I put a little thank you exclamation point. A lot of people on Uber tip after the fact. there is an option for tipping your driver after the delivery. So, I don't know. That plays into my acceptance of some of these orders too, because I have already declined some Uber Eats orders that are, I'll show a screen grab here, but I feel like I was tipped off. Here's the screen for the drop, pick up and drop off. I click on that little hamburger menu or the three little dot menus, and I can't see any more information. I did hear somebody say that after you go past 300 points and do the Uber Gold thing, that you are given a little bit more visual control over the map or something. I don't know. Comment below. I'm not sure. I should be Uber Gold by the end of the week if I keep at the pace that I'm going. So here it is, Uber X. This is, I guess, the problem screen. I haven't had to use this yet, but this is what I see when I click on the little dot menu. Like, I'm here trying to look for a fucking map to pinpoint where I'm going, and I couldn't find it. This is what I see in my... I like the idea. This is the... that you could thank the customer. I think DoorDash should steal that idea. I like when I check my Uber inbox and it says somebody tipped. And sometimes it's like an entire day after. People, the next time they check the app, they are like, oh, I forgot to tip the guy from yesterday. So I'm getting tips from rides I did like a day or two ago, This was a shitty Uber delivery. Oh, no. All right, this was just some weird guy. Yeah, he tipped me. And I wasn't expecting this guy to tip me. But I think I accepted it at this rate. Let's see. I don't know why I screen grabbed this. I guess I was just screen grabbing it just to kind of look at, what I'm dealing with here. It says waiting for rider. From my understanding, once that hits 0, you get paid for wait time up to 5 minutes, I believe. And I've already been paid for some wait time. This was a delivery that I flat out declined. It was 2 orders, and look how shady they are. Like, they know I'm a new driver. I only see Wawa there. I see Wawa and then a delivery address. I don't see where the other store is, but then I look at the map and I see 2 points. So, what is this? Why am I not being told very clearly here that this is a double order and I'm only getting paid $7.75 and I have to drive all the way back to Coral Gables, which I believe at that time I just came back from. And I saw that 46 minutes and I'm like, yo, I'm not making $7.75 in 46 minutes and deliver 2 food items, especially since, man, the ride shares have been hitting. I thought this was interesting. I screen grabbed this late at night. This was almost 4 in the morning. And I guess these little $4, I think they're called surges. Very similar to, I guess, Peak Pay. It highlights an area of the map. And at 4 in the morning, why around there? This is by UM. Also kind of by Merrick Park. Why is there $4? Could it be students going back home? Or, my theory, I picked up a guy the other day coming back from a little place down there by US 1 in the Gables called Playmates. You can guess what kind of adult establishment that is. And 4 o'clock in the morning sounds like some of the workers who are leaving that establishment might be calling Ubers to go home. Do you know what I mean? Let's see. Here's an Uber X. Did I accept this one? Oh yeah, this lady tipped me $3 included. All right. So I just dropped off a kid and picked up another student, and she lived by the airport. Didn't take that long, and $8.25. What I like about the ride shares is I feel like they're coming in a lot more frequent than my DoorDash orders have been coming in. So if it slows down, I pause. I look at the DoorDash map. I see if it's busy on DoorDash, but I don't know. I'm going to save the multi-apping thing for a little later. I want to get more accustomed to the Uber app first before I start, flip-flopping between them. I like this inbox where it says, you received a $3.05 tip. Tap to view. You received a $5 tip. That's great. I love seeing those little heart icons and checking my inbox. As a matter of fact, let's check right now. I probably got some tips from yesterday. Oh, there we go. Received a tip. It's funny, yeah, look, I received a $1 tip. Oh, yeah, this was the shitty rideshare I did. I'm also kind of I've declined some rideshares just because they're taking too long or they're going in a direction that I don't want to go in. But for the most part, I'm trying to look at the map and accept everything. And look, when I took that screen grab, I'm at 198 here. That's for one day. I'm breaking 200 a day, flipping between rideshare, sprinkled in with a little Uber Eats, and then doing DoorDash. If I can make over $200 a day, and I haven't even done today's Saturday, I haven't even done a weekend yet. That's going to drastically change my gig economy whole strategy, because if that's at least double what I'm used to making with just DoorDash. And I don't mind having people in my car. Most people don't want to talk to you. Cool. All right, $8.25. We already saw this. What's this? Oh, this nice lady left a tip. I thanked her. Look, I saw $9.83. This is a lady getting off of work from a restaurant. Look, it's 3 in the morning. Well, actually, that's when I screen grabbed it. That's when she tipped. I think this was 3 in the afternoon the next day. This was late at night. She was getting off of work. It only took me 16 minutes. Sure, it was 9 miles. Upfront fare was $9.83. But now the more I realize that they can tip after the fact, and that most people probably do, I'm more likely to accept these little low-budget ride shares. I don't mind. I don't have to get out of my car. I don't have to fumble around with bags of food or drinks. People in general have been nice to me. Drop off pick. Look, this girl from I dropped her off at a nail salon. 2-mile distance. Only took me 10 minutes. I was told $4.19. And she tipped an extra $3. $3.50 or something. You know, she was a nice girl. I dropped her off at this place right next to the McDonald's. I wasn't chatty Cathy. I put on a little bit of classical music. I'm going to do another video based on like how I set up my Uber rideshare atmosphere, because I think that's important, by the way. I asked her just, casual questions like, oh, do you use Uber Eats? Do you use DoorDash? And I gave her a little tip. I said, that McDonald's right there is probably the worst one for waiting for delivery food. So if you go to UM and you're in the mood for McDonald's, try selecting the McDonald's that's across the street of the Wendy's on US 1 in the Gables instead of this one. I guarantee you'll get your food like 20 to 30 minutes earlier and without a problem. And she seemed to be appreciative of that little DoorDash tip. So she tipped me $3 extra, and I wasn't counting on it. All right, I did 50 deliveries. This is the Uber map, and I don't know. I still kind of open up the Apple Maps because I'm so used to it for DoorDash. So I just click on the directions up there, and then on the bottom it has a little view on Apple Maps thing, and I've been doing that. This lady tipped too. Was in Wynwood. I'm also doing food deliveries in areas that I generally don't do because I land there for ride shares. Like this was Wynwood, Koyo Taco. Very popular. It's like a nightclub, I think. Delivered this delivery here to a building. This was it was a double order. It was Koyo Taco and another like place right across from it. And I delivered these kids that went to Komodo, this fancy Japanese steakhouse in Brickell. And the kids lived here in the islands here, Star Island, and forgot what the other one's called. These islands right by the MacArthur Causeway when you get to Miami Beach. And I saw that there was $1.75 surge around these islands, but the dirty little secret is you can't get in there. And when I drop these kids off, the security guard has to let you through. Hey, it's an Uber, blah, blah, blah. Drop them off. Now I'm wondering, would a good Uber rideshare strategy be if you're in an area where you suspect it's difficult for most Uber drivers to be in? Could I have hung out there for a little bit longer? Because, I don't know. What if Puff Daddy needs a fucking ride was calling an Uber to the fucking, to go to the, I don't know. Like, doesn't Puff Daddy live there? Doesn't Shaquille O'Neal live here? Like, these islands here on Miami Beach are for fucking millionaires. Like, bro, I'll give Sylvester Stallone a fucking Uber ride to Chipotle. Chipotle, come on. We need just to order Uber Eats. Whatever, you know what I mean. I'll give fucking Wale a drive. All right, those are all my Uber scans. If you have any tips or tricks on how to do rideshare and Uber, please feel free to put them in the comments below. All right, I'm going to end this Inside Dash. Thanks for joining me. It's been nice. I'm going to go out and activate on Uber tonight. It's my first Saturday night. It's going to change a little bit the way I do my vlogs because obviously I cannot record customers in my car. Maybe I'll do some ride-alongs where I speak about the places I'm visiting and I don't show the customers or anything like that. Because I did the whole little tutorial online about how the terms of service, they do not want you to contact the customers or give them your social media or anything like that. So I'm being very professional on this, and it's working out. So thanks for joining me on this Inside Dash. My name is Salty Mario. and I no longer just work for DoorDash. Get ready, Uber guys. Uber. I'm your friendly neighborhood Uber driver. Rideshare and Uber Eats. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe with a B. Or if you think I'm sus, then subscribe. And always tip your delivery driver and rideshare driver, because one day your rideshare driver or delivery driver might be me. And I'm special, people.